Hey everybody, Dr. Tam here. So it is a little bit later tonight. I just got off a call, a Zoom conference call with a group of attorneys and some of the best personal injury attorneys and personal injury doctors, medical doctors, chiropractors, neurologists. For me, I'm always trying to learn more. And for our patients, once I learn it, I love dropping really golden nugget information back to you as soon as possible, because I realize information, getting it out there, the right information is key. Now, this live is titled it UM and MedPay. Now, I want you to know that this is about your auto insurance, okay? And I want you to know, first of all, that insurance code in California, insurance code 491, states that if you are not at fault, the insurance company cannot raise your rates if you are utilizing your insurance when you are not at fault. Once again, section code 491 in the California Insurance Code states that when you are not at fault and you are utilizing your insurance, they cannot raise your rates because of that. All right. So there's two insurances. I want you guys to look at your declaration page. The declaration page from your insurance is that one page of paper that lists out all of your policies, liability policy, MedPay policies. I'm only going to focus on two things tonight because I realize this is going to be really, really important. Number one, it's called UM, which is uninsured motorist, or UIM, which is underinsured motorist. Okay, why is that important? Is because California only requires you to have a 15,000, 30,000. The 15,000 / 30,000, what it means is 15,000 is per person, okay, maximum, and the 30,000 is per whole case maximum. What that means is if you are the only one in the accident or the collision, you can only claim up to 15,000, but as a group you can claim up to 30. I'll circle back around this, all right? What that means is if you were not at fault and you were struck by another car who, number one, either did not have insurance, which happens a lot, you'll be surprised. Me taking care of patients who have gotten into auto accidents, it happens more than you think. Okay, even though California requires auto insurance, a lot of people still drives around without insurance. So it's either they didn't have insurance or they did not have enough insurance to cover your injuries, maybe your car and everything else, right? So they didn't have enough liability insurance. When they don't have enough, you should have your motor insurance or uninsured motorist insurance cover you. But if you don't have enough, now you're out of luck, right? Because who's going to cover your expenses and everything else? If no one covers, it kind of falls back on you, or you actually don't get the care that you need. California requires 15,000, 30,000. The attorneys I spoke with and the doctors that I spoke with, the first thing the attorneys actually did was told all of our doctors to increase our uninsured motorists or underinsured motorists to this number. And I want to share it with you, okay? I'm going to have to fold this paper by half because I'm going to show half of it to you first and then the other half. So this number, I don't know if you see it backwards. Maybe you see it backwards here. But what it is the UM, uninsured motorists or underinsured motorists, to increase it to 500,000 and 500,000. At a minimum, increase it to 250,000 and 500,000, okay, or 250, 250, or you can do 250 and 500, but preferred is 500, 500. Now, not every insurance will do this, okay, so you have to make sure you make the call and find out. I initially thought, wow, to increase the uninsured motorists to 500,000, 500,000. It must cost a lot. Well, To my surprise, when I called my insurance company, my rates only went up by $85 per year. I told my functional trainer who trains me, and some of you know who he is, I'm not going to call him out, right? He did the same thing, and it cost him about $75 a year, okay, to increase it that much. I want to tell you that insurance is one of those things where when you don't have it, when you need it, you wish you had it, right? So I'm sharing this with friends and family. I will. This is something that I just recently learned. So that's one thing that you should be doing. Now, second is something called MedPay. MedPay, for those of you, you might be paying for it already. If you have it, it's usually $5,000. Some people have $10,000. And it's best to have $10,000. What it is no matter what type of collision you were in, if it involved a car, maybe it is, you were a pedestrian, maybe you were a bicyclist and you got hit by a car, maybe you were in a car that was struck by another car, right? Maybe you were at fault, maybe you were not at fault. Either way, you're going to be able to use MedPay, okay? And MedPay is something that you can use outside of your insurance that is per case. So a lot of them is per case per person. Let's just say you're a driver, right? And you have 3 other passengers. If it ends up being per person in the car, that means each person gets $5,000 or $10,000 to use as for medical services, right? So it's really huge. These two things, the uninsured motorist, increasing it to 500,000, and MedPay, at least 5,000, if not 10,000. So those are just a couple of things that I know that usually insurance agents don't like to talk about. From what I hear is because the more claims you do against your policy, the more that it will go against their loss ratio. So I've been told that. Now, is it true or not? This is what the attorneys are telling me. And these are very credible attorneys that are telling me this. I believe them, right? So if you have insurance friends who are insurance agents, ask them. Like, hey, if I'm your customer and I make a claim against my policy, right, and you're the agent, am I going against your loss ratio, which counts against your bonuses at the end of the year? Maybe, maybe not, right? I think it's a maybe yes. It's more likely it's a yes. So I hope all of you have learned a lot tonight, right? I took the time to, after my Zoom call, to sit down and really go over some vital information with you, okay? Every single patient who I've told this to in the last week has gotten the underinsured motorist, and most of them already have MedPay, but has gotten an increase their underinsured motorist and didn't realize and was thanking me on how cost effective it was. All right, so I hope all of you have a great night. Okay, take care now.